Hi, it's Ian Pettigrew with a quick virtual Everesting training update on my journey from breaking my ankle badly, trimalleolar fracture, to indoor cycling the height of Everest in a day. So a virtual Everesting challenge to raise money for Hope for Justice. Broke my ankle 13th of Feb, 13th of Feb 2021. Surgery, couldn't walk for a while, then got on the bike, and even before I was on the bike decided to do this challenge on the 13th of Feb 2022. So I've had an infection in my ankle, so I've been off the bike for about, I think, 8 days or something like that, which is not too bad. I didn't ask the doctor whether I should continue with my Everesting training, because it was painful to walk, and when they said rest as much as you can and elevation, keep it elevated as much as you can in the day, it seemed pretty obvious that I wasn't supposed to be doing this. But the good news is, 8 days later, it's loads better, swelling has gone down, it looks as normal as it's ever going to be, and I'm back on the bike, which I'm really grateful, really grateful for. So I've not even counted it in months, and I'm not going to, because I'm beginning to feel slightly terrified now about Everesting, because it's beginning to get closer and closer. But I'm thankfully can resume my training. I'm doing a really gentle ride today. I'm resisting the temptation to go absolutely all in, which is what I'd normally do, or to make up for lost time for what I've missed this week, and I'm behaving. So a bit of a gentle poodle on the bike, test my ankle. Seems okay so far. In a few hours, I guess that will also be the big indicator. Here we go. If you wanted proof that it's a gentle-ish challenge, I am doing on Zwift Tempest Fugit, which is a fairly flat route, and I'm keeping it like a nice gentle ride. I was going to do just 15 minutes, but I'm already over that, so I shall cool down and pack in a second. Hi, so I'm off the bike now. It was good. I did just over 20 minutes. Ankle feels okay. Just wanted to give a bit more context now that I can breathe again after being on the bike. It's been a bit frustrating recently because I'm training to ride the height of Everest, which is the biggest challenge of my life, and it's going to be, I don't know, I keep saying 16 to 18 hours of cycling, but I've got a horrible emerging feeling it could be a lot more, but might come back to that. I've got a Garmin sports watch, and I use that particularly. I got it so I avoided overtraining, and I need to keep my weekly training load in the kind of like 400 to 500 region, and in the last 7 days my training load is 9. So and it's not been brilliant for the last few weeks. Had some holidays, been travelling with work to various bits of the UK. Nice to be able to go back to work in person, but it's involved lots of early starts, late nights. And then the last week I've had an infection in my ankle. So my leg was swollen, it was really painful. I won't go into more detail about how I know it was infected. But thanks to the wonderful NHS, just a week later now, the infection seems to have cleared. My ankle's back to normal. Normal for me. It's the ankle I broke is just bigger than the other ankle, fact, but it's back to normal. So managed 20 minutes on the bike. But it's been a really frustrating few weeks, just with like normal life stuff, and then with this on top of it. Strava has got a measure of fitness and freshness. It measures the effort I've put in, so it's not an absolute measure of fitness, but I find it quite helpful. But that's not showing a story that I want. I can't afford interruptions. I couldn't walk when I set this challenge, and I've only got a few months to be able to get myself up Everest. So I just can't afford, times of sliding backwards in terms of my fitness. So being honest, I am really frustrated with this. I'm smiling as I say it, and I'm beginning to feel a little bit worried that I've sort of set myself an absolutely impossible challenge. But There's a few things I'm doing. We're having the garage converted to a gym. My pain cave for the bike's going in there, weights are going in there. So it means that even if it's like the crack of dawn or late at night, I can keep on training with the bike. Next holiday, this is going to sound really sad. I've already checked on the gym and temporary gym membership and things like that, so I can keep on training because I cannot afford, a week away from the bike. That probably sounds a bit negative and a bit moany, but it's the reality of what it is and challenges like this. Partly, my recovery's been quite a linear progress. It's been a fairly straight line so far, even though it's been much slower than I anticipated. Still using the walking stick just a few weeks ago, although it's become sort of less and less. So, and I expected bumps in the road and setbacks. So in one way, I'm not surprised. It's been linear, just slower than I expected. And here we go. There's a bit of a bump. But I checked, and since getting back on the bike after breaking my ankle, so just in the last few months, I've ridden 932 miles in training. So it's hopefully not going to be long until I've done 1,000 miles of training for Everesting just in the last few months. And actually, for me, that's a huge thing. So I'll keep an eye on that and celebrating it. And there's a combination. I just need to practice what I preach here. I've got to accept it is what it is. This has happened. It is. I can learn from it. I don't know, can I learn from it? Is there anything to learn? Not convinced. But I can move on. And I just need to be flexible. Keep on focusing on the outcome and just dig deep and have some grit here. Because I've got to dig deep. I've got to keep going. I can't do anything stupid like overtrain for the next few weeks or undertrain because I'm annoyed with myself or annoyed with the bike. It's like dig deep, stick to the plan. I'm doing all this to raise money for Hope for Justice. Hope for Justice exists to bring an end to modern slavery by preventing exploitation in the first place, by rescuing victims, restoring lives, and reforming society. And I'm going to be sharing a load of stuff from the annual report about just what impact Hope for Justice gets to make, which is amazing, but there's so much more. There's so many people that need help, and there's so much more that we could do. So if you are in a position to support me, I'd be really grateful. Either, do you know what, encouraging comments are really valuable as well. That sounds really needy, doesn't it? But I've really appreciated the people who've been really encouraging and sort of cheerleading me along the way. And then really appreciate the donations to Hope for Justice as well via my Just Giving page. I'll stop talking now. Another update soon. Thank you.